Hello guys, my name's Sylvia and this is my very own mother-in-law story. Ever since I started dating Matt, my now husband, I knew that I would end up writing here. Why? Well, his mother Betty has been a witch to me from the very beginning. God, this woman is absolutely horrible. I don't know how I managed to tolerate her for so long. She is a big pain in the ass and doesn't even want to change herself. It all started when we met. Betty is an extremely judgmental and ignorant person who thinks she is better than everyone. In reality, she has a low-paying job and relies on her son Matt for financial help. When I met Betty, she seemed to be very unimpressed with me. That was okay since she didn't even know me yet. But it slowly became clear that her opinion wouldn't change at all. She said, "So, my son tells me that you work from home? I don't know what kind of job allows work from home anymore. I bet it doesn't pay above minimum wage." No, Betty, it does pay pretty well. I managed to earn $80,000 a year. I think it's pretty good enough. I don't need to be at the office for this work. Wow, they pay that much to lie around the house and be lazy. I didn't know that. I guess people nowadays don't have proper work ethics to go to the office. Not everyone can be hard-working like me. Her words and her tone were dripping with judgment. I realized soon enough that she thinks I'm beneath her and her son. Surprisingly, she never said that I didn't deserve her son. She simply kept putting me down while showing me that she was a rich and cultured woman. It was strange and annoying, but it got even stranger. She said, "What about your parents, Sylvia? Do they live around here? I never heard your surname in these parts before. It's very strange since I know everyone here." "They're not from around here. They live in a different country altogether. I moved here for college when I was 18. I have been here since then." "Oh my God, so now you're telling me that you are an immigrant. I didn't know that, Sylvia. I hear that life is very difficult in third world countries. I hope your parents are getting by fine. Do you help out?" "No, I don't need to. They manage on their own. I do send gifts and stuff sometimes." "Of course you do, Sylvia. Not everyone around the world gets to enjoy high-quality goods. Let me know if they need anything. I can always help out. I know how exciting it is to get nice gifts. Maybe I can send them some of my own." Guys, I was entertaining her bullshit for a while, but it was starting to get to me. Betty, just out of the blue, assumed that I came from a poor family and my parents don't have much money. I guess my simple looks and old car threw her off. We met at a carnival instead of an upscale restaurant, which might also have influenced her opinion, but it was Matt's idea to meet her. He said that she loves carnivals. Even if I didn't look rich, the stuff Betty was saying was downright low. Matt was off to bring us food, so I was stuck dealing with Betty on my own. As soon as Matt was back, Betty kept inappropriate comments and opinions to herself. When we were returning home, I did talk to Matt about these problems. I knew that I had to tell him the first day so that he knew how long it had been going on. I said, "Matt, I don't think I can be close to your mom after this. She is extremely judgmental and I don't think I can look past her behavior." "I'm so sorry she said these things to you, Sylvia. I wish I was around to defend you. Mom has always been like this. There is nothing I can do about it. Can you at least be civil with her? That will do for me." "Yes, I can do that, Matt. I tend to have thick skin, but your mom can be intense. I will try my best, though, I promise." And I did try my best, trust me, guys. I put up with Betty's behavior for a long time. I did everything to make sure not to scream at Betty for being such a snob. It was freaking irritating to hear Betty talk highly of her while assuming that I am a dumb girl from a poor country. After a while, I seriously couldn't stand her anymore. So with a little push from my friends, I decided to distance myself from her. That apparently angered Betty because she thought that I was being a bad daughter-in-law. It was a complete mess and Matt didn't know what to do, so I took matters into my own hands and started to be careful around Betty. I never indulged her or protested when she patronized me. She happily blabbered about my underprivileged upbringing and seemingly bad condition while I remained silent. Things went well for a few years until me and Matt got engaged. We started to plan our wedding and Betty made a whole show about how important it is for me to hold a grand wedding for the sake of her reputation. I rolled my eyes at that. She didn't contribute a cent to the wedding, but complained about how cheap we were being with our choices. Instead of helping out, she actually pestered Matt to buy her a new car so that he couldn't spend as much on the wedding. Yes, she wanted Matt's money all to herself. The worst happened when a cousin told me and Matt how Betty planned to humiliate me at our wedding by gifting me her used car because I couldn't even dream of ever owning something that expensive. Matt refused to believe that his mom could be so cruel, but I knew that it sounded like something Betty would do, so I made a plan. I called up my parents and said, "Mom, Dad, my mother-in-law wants to humiliate me at my wedding by gifting me a used car. She is convinced that I am a good-for-nothing woman who can never buy good things in life. And she wants my guests to know that as well." "She sounds like a nightmare, Sylvia. Why does she think that you are destitute? Did you say something of that sort?" "No, I simply told them that you guys live in a different country and I came here for studies. That made her think that we were poor and belonged to a third world country. This woman is nasty, Dad." "My God, she is something. I wonder how she ended up raising such a sweet man like Matt. I see no similarities between the two at all. What are you going to do about this situation, Sylvia? Do you want to confront your mother-in-law?" I did think about it. I wanted to confront Betty and just unload on her. She had no right to behave in such a horrible way all these years. Yes, I didn't give her full information about my background, but that was because it is none of her business. Matt knew it all, and that's enough. Betty didn't even care to ask. She simply assumed the worst and ran with it. Her false assumptions made her feel superior to me, and that was good enough for her. I wanted to confront her and shatter her big ego, but I didn't do that. I had better plans. If she decided to try and humiliate me at my wedding, we didn't deserve to be confronted in private. So I said, "Actually, no, Mom and Dad. I don't want to confront her in private. She does not think twice before trying to embarrass me in front of everyone. Why should I care about her feelings and confront her in private?" "Then what do you plan to do? We'll keep you in any way we can. You just need to tell us." "That's right. We will do our best. We don't want you to take unnecessary stress. Planning the wedding is stressful enough." "Thanks, Mom and Dad. This is why you are the best. Matt still has some hope that Betty won't pull her evil plan at our wedding, but I have my doubts. So I made a plan. If Betty really does humiliate me at the wedding, I will give you a signal to go ahead with the plan." I told my parents the plan and they were happy with it. I didn't inform Matt because it actually didn't concern him as much. Plus, he was still deep in the fog to realize what a horrible person my mother-in-law was. So I didn't tell him about the plan. I knew that Betty would not control herself and fall into my trap. If she thinks she can get away with humiliating me, she has another thing coming. On the day of my wedding, everything went perfectly as planned. The day was going great and we were all having a blast. Me and Matt were super happy and excited to hear everyone's speeches at the reception. It was then that Betty decided to make her appearance on the stage. She took the mic and went on and on about how she was happy for her son and how much she struggled to make this day happen. It was boring and had this odd me vibe. But just when I started to get bored, she declared her gift to me in front of everyone. She said, So I have decided to give you, Sylvia, dear daughter-in-law, my old car as a wedding present. I feel so good to give you something you couldn't even dream of. To be honest, this car has been my baby for over 5 years. It's a damn good car and all. But now that my son has promised to buy me a new car, I thought you should have it and consider it your wedding present from me. I'm sure you will be thrilled to own such a nice car. I think I can say for sure that I gave you the best gift of everything that you have received from your family. It's just to show you how much I appreciate you. I hope this gift can be a reminder of how generous I am when it comes to family. Betty went on and on about how she must have changed my life by giving me a freaking used car. The way she spoke about me and my family was patronizing and downright appalling. I didn't know why she thought that I didn't come from a good household. My parents don't live in the same country as me, so Betty has never met them before the wedding. Because I don't tell people details about my family, Betty automatically assumed I belonged to a poor family from a third world country or something. I could see that the majority of the guests were getting uncomfortable with Betty's speech. As I said, she is an extremely uninformed and horrible woman. Even Matt looked really ashamed of his mother and gave me an apologetic look from time to time. I gave his hand a squeeze to tell him that I had things under control. Betty wouldn't get away with humiliating my parents. I winked at my parents, who also returned my smile to tell me that they knew what to do. It was going to be showtime. As soon as Betty was off the stage after her ridiculous speech, my parents took the stage after her. They said some great words about us that brought tears to our eyes. Next, they said something that wasn't supposed to be broadcast to everyone, but the situation warranted it. They said, "So, we have been wanting to visit this country to meet with our son-in-law and his family for a very long time. Unfortunately, due to our business, it was difficult to make any plans. We are glad this wedding gave us the opportunity to meet everyone. We really love being here and making sure that our daughter is in the right hands. This wedding will be on my mind for a very long time. After all, it's my only daughter's wedding." Now, since we're already discussing wedding gifts on stage, I guess we should reveal our little gift to you guys too. We are not sure what's the norm here, so I didn't know if it would be appropriate to declare our gift in front of everyone. Oh, it's not a problem at all. We would love to know what you're giving your daughter as a present. There is nothing to be shy about. We have gifts according to our own financial situation. I'm sure no one here would mind or judge a gift from loved ones. Betty thought she was being smart by casually hinting to everyone that my parents were ashamed to reveal their puny little gift in front of everyone. She was trying to be a patronizing little witch, and it was pissing me off. But Betty had no idea how embarrassed she was going to be after my parents revealed their gift. I already knew what they were giving me, but I told them not to talk about it at the wedding. I didn't want Betty to feel like my parents were overshadowing her gift, but after I learned and saw Betty's outrageous behavior, I told my parents to tell everyone what they were giving me, and they agreed. By my dear mother-in-law's insistence, of course. They said, "Thank you for the confirmation, Betty. I see that this is a loving and caring community. No one here really judges people at all. It's so nice to see that after such a long time." Yes, now since people here don't mind sharing details on their wedding gifts, we feel comfortable talking about it too. So me and my husband are really excited to disclose our wedding gift to this wonderful couple who got married today. For my sweet daughter and her amazing new husband, we are giving you guys a new mansion in this area. We found out that a great mansion here was up for sale, and we decided to get it for our one and only daughter. Sylvia and Matt, we really hope you like our gift. Come on, dear. We shouldn't just keep them hanging after this. Guys, we also decided to give you a check so that you can remodel the house and add your favorite furniture to it too. You know, we wanted you guys to have a good start to your married life, so it felt right to give you the whole package. I hope you like your gift. As soon as my parents said this, Matt and I expressed our sincere gratitude towards them. Our guests also cheered and applauded their generous gift since no one was expecting it, and everyone knew what mansion they were talking about. Let me just say that it costs about $500,000. And the check was for another $20,000 so that we could get the house furnished as we liked. Matt wasn't expecting that, so he was super happy. However, his mom, Betty, looked extremely embarrassed and was even looking down at her feet. It was glorious to see Betty get a proverbial slap across her face. If you think that the fun ended there, you are wrong. Betty is one of a kind. This woman had the audacity to walk up to us and express her disappointment at my parents' gift. You would think that she finally got beaten down. Well, it turns out she's just utterly shameless. She pulled us aside after the speeches and said, "That was extremely inconsiderate of your parents, Sylvia. I am embarrassed and appalled at their behavior today." "What do you mean, Betty? My parents have been nothing but kind to everyone here, including you. What is the problem?" "You are asking me what my problem is? Well, your parents should have some etiquette and not declare their gift in front of everyone. They intentionally flashed their money and made everyone feel poor." Betty's words brought out a big laugh from within me. Seriously, guys, I couldn't help but laugh at her ridiculous words. Now, she was accusing my parents of flashing their wealth. I said, "I don't know what you're talking about, Betty. You were the one who told them that they can declare their gift in front of everyone. They just did what you did before them. How did they suddenly become inappropriate?" "Well, they knew that their gift would overshadow everyone, and it even made me look embarrassed. This is not done. Your family intentionally humiliated me." "Isn't that what your plan was, Betty?" "I knew and heard what your plan was. I knew that you wanted to embarrass me and my parents by bringing up your gift and hinting that I am not rich enough to afford good things." "Are you accusing me of insulting you today, Sylvia? My God, just because I'm a poor woman who can't give you a good gift, you are intentionally humiliating me. Matt, are you hearing this? Look at how ungrateful your wife is." "What do you want me to say, Mom? Sylvia is right. You did start this shit show first. I heard what you said during your speech. You tried to humiliate my wife and her family, Mom. Don't try to turn the narrative now. You knew what you were doing, weren't you?" Immediately, Betty knew that she had messed up and got caught. Now her own son was throwing questions that she couldn't answer truthfully. She didn't have to, though. Everyone at the wedding knew how inappropriate Betty's speech was, and they now saw Betty for who she was. But Betty still decided to play the victim card. She said, "Matt, how can you say that to your own mother? It's not my fault that Sylvia lied to me and didn't tell me that her parents are rich. I bet she was waiting for this day when she would get to one-up me in front of everyone." "Don't you dare put the blame on my wife, Mom. She never said that her parents were poor. You are the one who assumed it, and we know from a cousin that you planned this speech to humiliate Sylvia today. There is no use lying or putting blame on others." "Okay, fine. I shouldn't have done that. But Matt, what Sylvia's parents did—" At this point, I saw that Matt had enough of Betty's bullshit. I was already exhausted with her, but seeing Matt get mad at his mom was awesome. But what Matt said next surprised both me and Betty. He said, "Stop it, Mom. What you have done today was extremely embarrassing. I should have seen this coming since you kept picking on Sylvia every chance you got. I feel like I failed as a partner to her. But I won't allow this anymore. You can keep your goddamn car. My wife doesn't need your charity, and I am not buying you a new car either." "What? Matt, why are you behaving like this? Why should I be punished? I know I shouldn't have made that speech, but I don't deserve so much hate. I'm your mother, Matt. You should side with me. I don't deserve to lose my new car." "That's all you care about, Mom. Money and material things. I have been an ATM to you for a long time now. You go around showing off your borrowed wealth and make people feel bad about themselves. It's time you live your life according to your financial standards. I am not helping you out anymore. In fact, I think me and my wife would like some space from you. Don't expect much communication from us from now on. We will be going no contact with you." Guys, Matt stunned the hell out of us all. This was the first time I saw him truly stand up for me. I felt proud that I married the right man. I knew that already, but man, that was awesome. He didn't need any prompting at all. Everything just came tumbling out of his mouth. It was glorious, and Betty was shocked to her core. She immediately started to cry while trying to change Matt's mind. Thankfully, we were in a secluded spot where no one could see us. She did all sorts of begging and pleading, but nothing worked. Matt scolded Betty some more before dragging me away to the party. He said, "Sorry for this drama, Sylvia. I should have done this a long time ago. I really don't want to spoil our wedding, but this had to be done." "Are you joking, Matt? That was the best thing you could do today. I never expected this. You don't have to keep your word, but I still appreciate it." "I plan to keep my word, Sylvia. Mom had been nothing but nasty to you. I never did anything substantial to make her stop. Now it's time I take a stand. We will start a new family, and I don't want Mom's negative presence in that." "I love you so much, Matt. Thanks for doing this for us. Trust me, I will remember this." I meant every word. My wedding wasn't spoiled as Betty had planned. Instead, it became one of the best days of my life. I was able to show Betty her place and get her toxic presence removed from my life. I didn't see the day getting any better, but it did, you know. Turns out people took the gift declaration a little too seriously. Our best friends finally revealed that they were funding our honeymoon. We already booked everything and they knew how much we were spending. They actually decided to give us that amount so that we could do something else with it. Betty's own mother ended up showing me the heirloom necklace that she was supposed to give me in private. Betty was getting more and more embarrassed as time passed. She kept crying in a corner, but no one went to ask her what was wrong. Her plan backfired horribly while I had a blast. Want to know what happened next? Well, true to his word, Matt went low contact with his mom. He ignored all her texts and only told her to contact us for emergencies. Betty didn't like it, of course. We also refused her car, which she couldn't give us anyway since Matt wasn't buying her a new one after all. He also stopped sending her money completely. We had an amazing honeymoon and moved into the new mansion just a month after our wedding. Betty wasn't even allowed a tour of the house or given a key. She complained, but again, no one listened to her. My parents actually ended up bettering their relationship with Matt. They already loved him, but seeing his new shiny spine, they were even more thrilled. From the money Matt and I saved by not paying his mom, we take tours to visit my parents when we can. Betty is miserable since she had to downgrade her lifestyle. She doesn't flaunt her money anymore and is desperate to have her son back. But her son is happy having only me around and has expressed his desire to stay that way, even in the future.